The evening of August 29, 2025, will be remembered not only as the day Rowoon and Park Eun-bin officially sealed their vows but also as the night when emotions, raw and unfiltered, flooded an entire hall filled with celebrities, family, friends, and millions of fans watching from afar. The wedding took place at the Grand Ballroom of the Shilla Hotel in Seoul, one of the most prestigious venues in the city. Draped in white roses, soft golden lighting, and a setting that seemed lifted straight out of a romantic drama. Yet, unlike a scripted scene, this was reality, and the emotions it carried went far beyond anything a director could have orchestrated. The atmosphere inside the hall was electric, charged with both anticipation and tenderness. Who of the Korean entertainment industry had gathered, from actors and actresses to idols and producers, all dressed in elegant attire. Fans, though kept outside the main venue, lined the streets near the hotel, chanting the couple's names, holding placards, waving banners with messages of love. Livestream coverage was made available for selected media outlets, and within minutes of the ceremony beginning, hashtags related to the wedding dominated social media platforms worldwide. Rowoon's entrance was met with thunderous applause. He looked every bit the leading man, clad in a black tuxedo tailored to perfection, his tall figure radiating confidence yet betraying hints of nervousness in the way he adjusted his cufflinks. Park Eun-bin followed soon after. The entire hall fell silent in awe. Her wedding gown, custom designed by a renowned Korean designer, shimmered under the lights with delicate beadwork. She held a bouquet of white peonies, symbolizing devotion and prosperity, her smile gentle yet carrying a weight of emotion. As she walked down the aisle, eyes locked on Rowoon, time seemed to pause. Guests wiped away tears, many whispering that this was a love story that felt both destined and surreal. The vows exchanged by the couple began traditionally. Rowoon promised to cherish, honor, and protect her, his deep voice trembling as he admitted he still couldn't believe she had chosen him. Park Eun-bin responded in kind, her words tender yet strong, pledging to stand by him through both triumphs and challenges. The officiant declared them husband and wife, and the hall erupted in cheers. Could have ended there, with the usual kiss and applause. But Park Eun-bin had prepared something more, something no one expected. As the cheers subsided, she stepped forward again, microphone in hand. Her hands trembled slightly, her eyes glistened. Her voice carried clarity and conviction. She looked at Rowoon, then at the gathered guests, said words that would echo across every headline, every social media feed, and every fan's heart. I can't wait for the day our little ones run around, filling our home with laughter. And to my parents-in-law, thank you for raising the man of my dreams. The hall froze in stunned silence before breaking into gasps, applause, and sobs. Rowoon's eyes immediately brimmed with tears, his lips quivering as he tried to contain the overwhelming surge of emotion. His hands instinctively reached out for hers, gripping tightly as if to anchor himself in that moment. Guests could be seen holding their faces, some crying openly, touched by the raw sincerity of her words. Social media live streams captured the exact moment Rowoon buried his face into her shoulder, whispering, "You just gave me the greatest gift." Confession was more than romantic, it was profound. In an industry where personal lives are often kept guarded, where actors are known to protect their privacy with iron walls, Park Eun-bin's willingness to publicly declare her dreams of a family and her gratitude to Rowoon's parents was both courageous and heartfelt. The simplicity of her words carried a depth that cut through the glamour of the evening and touched the most human chord, the desire for love, family, and belonging. Inside the hall, fans watching via screens erupted into cheers, many breaking down into tears themselves. "She's not acting. She's real," one fan tweeted. "This is the most beautiful wedding I've ever seen." Not even a drama. Within minutes, phrases like "unexpected words," "Eun-bin's confession," and "Rowoon in tears" trended globally. International outlets, from Japanese entertainment magazines to American celebrity blogs, picked up the story instantly, naming it as a moment that blurred the lines between K-drama fantasy and real-life romance. As the wedding continued, mood had shifted. What had begun as a glamorous event now carried an atmosphere of intimacy and vulnerability. When the couple shared their first dance, Rowoon's forehead pressed gently against hers, and he was visibly mouthing words of gratitude. Park Eun-bin smiled, tears streaming down her cheeks. her hands clutching his tightly as if promising never to let go. The crowd gave them space, watching quietly, as though witnessing something too sacred to interrupt. Behind the scenes, close friends of the couple whispered their surprise. A fellow actress, a longtime friend of Park Eun-bin, revealed to reporters that Eun-bin had rehearsed her words but hadn't told Rowoon in advance. She wanted it to be genuine. The friend said. She told me, if I don't say it now, I might never get the courage. Wanted the world to know she wasn't just marrying Rowoon the star, but Rowoon the man, the son, future father of her children. The wedding concluded with laughter, music, and joyous celebration. Those few sentences spoken by Park Eun-bin overshadowed everything else. They became the heartbeat of the evening, the core memory that every guest would carry home, and the line that fans would repeat endlessly in videos, captions, and fan art. It was the unexpected honesty of a woman who had spent her life captivating audiences with her acting, now choosing to reveal her truest self not on camera, but in front of the person she loved most. The hours that followed, media outlets scrambled to capture the significance of Park Eun-bin's words. Headlines competed with each other. Park Eun-bin chooses family first. Rowoon cries at wife's confession. The century in Seoul. Television networks replayed the clip endlessly, commentators dissecting every detail, from the tremor in her voice to the way Rowoon's tears fell. For fans, this was more than entertainment, it was a love story unfolding in real life, raw and unfiltered. The emotional weight of a generation that had grown up watching both stars on screen. Rowoon himself spoke briefly to reporters after the ceremony. His voice still hoarse, his eyes still red. He admitted that he had no idea she would say something like that. I was prepared to make vows, to celebrate, greet our friends and family, he said. But when she said those words, it felt like time stopped. I realized in that moment how lucky I am. Not just as an actor, not just as someone in love, but as a man who found his true partner. Paused before adding, she didn't just marry me. Married my family, my future, and everything I hope to become. Fans around the world couldn't stop talking about the symbolism. For some, it was the acknowledgement of family values that resonated most. For others, it was the courage of a woman at the peak of her career, openly expressing a dream of motherhood. Something often left unsaid in a fiercely competitive entertainment industry. Cultural commentators noted that her words marked a shift in the narrative. She wasn't afraid to show that love and family mattered as much as, if not more than, career milestones. Fan forums, discussion stretched for pages. Do you realize how rare this is? One wrote. She could have just smiled and thanked people. But she chose to open her heart like that, another added. This wedding has redefined romance for me. I'm crying and I don't even know why. Global publications highlighted the story, with one American magazine dubbing it the K-drama wedding that melted the world. Meanwhile, inside their circle of friends and colleagues, the impact was just as profound. A producer who had worked with both Rowoon and Park Eun-bin shared. They've always been professional, always kept things private. Tonight, they reminded us that they're human too. And sometimes, being human is the most powerful statement of all. A moment even more powerful was the backdrop of their love story. Rowoon and Park Eun-bin had shared the screen before. Their chemistry undeniable, fueling rumors that fans whispered about for years. Yet both had remained silent, never confirming, never denying. Speculations swirl. To see them not only stand together as husband and wife, but also witness Park Eun-bin break that wall of silence with such heartfelt vulnerability was, for many, the culmination of years of longing. It was as if a story written in fanfiction and imagined in online forums had finally breathed into reality. In the days following the wedding, news programs replayed interviews with the couple, tracing their journey from co-stars to newlyweds. Clips of them laughing together on set, candid moments from fan meetings, and snippets of Rowoon gazing at her during press conferences resurfaced, all reframed now as hints of a love that had been quietly blooming behind the cameras. The narrative shifted from rumor to destiny. For Park Eun-bin herself, the confession was liberating. Sources close to her revealed that she had struggled with whether or not to say those words publicly. She wanted to be honest. One insider explained. She didn't want to hide behind the persona of a perfect actress. She wanted Rowoon to know, of everyone, that he was not just her present but her future. cultural impact was immediate. Online, women and men debated what her words meant in a society where women often face pressure to choose between career and family. To some, she became a symbol of defiance, that one could openly embrace both. To others, she was simply a woman in love, trying to share a dream that was deeply personal. Either way, her sincerity struck a chord across demographics, transcending borders. The most poignant reaction, however, from Rowoon's parents. Witnesses at the event recalled how his mother wept uncontrollably upon hearing Park Eun-bin's words of gratitude. His father, usually reserved, was seen nodding with pride, later telling reporters that he felt like he had gained not just a daughter-in-law, but a daughter. This gesture of appreciation bridged families, forcing the idea that their marriage was not just a union of two individuals, but a merging of homes, values, and futures. As the couple embarked on their honeymoon, fans were left clinging to the lingering magic of that night. Online montages of the moment Park Eun-bin spoke, romantic ballads, garnered millions of views. Articles speculated about their future, some even predicting when they might start a family. Amidst the frenzy, one truth remained constant: they had given the world a glimpse of love in its purest form. The closing image of the wedding, the two of them walking hand in hand, Rowoon lifting her bouquet high in the air while Park Eun-bin waved tearfully at the crowd, became the defining symbol of their union. It was not the glamour, nor the fame, nor even the setting that defined their story. It was a single, unexpected confession, spoken in sincerity, that had the power to move not only the man she loved but also countless hearts across the globe. And so, August 29, 2025, will remain etched in memory as the day when Park Eun-bin reminded the world that love, when spoken honestly, has the power to transcend everything else. For Rowoon, it was the greatest gift he could receive on the day he married the love of his life. For fans, it was a moment they will tell and retell for years to come, a moment when reality surpassed fiction, when a wedding became more than an event, and when tears shed were not of sadness but of shared joy.